Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to start with chapter 11 of White Silk Lover. Tuesday, April 6th, 7 p.m. Tomas. The waiter had the night off. Coby had come back with drinks and tried to act like nothing bothered him, but I saw right through him. Sam came back, head down. He didn't look at Coby or Kelly. Kelly sat up and glared at my brother. Coby didn't look at anybody. Nobody said anything. Single-handedly, I had ruined the entire night and destroyed my relationship with Coby. What did I expect? I had accused him of betraying me. Maybe a little honesty can fix this. Drumming my fingers on the table, I explained. I set a trap the night I told you about 234. I wanted to see how fast it would hit the internet. And it didn't even take a week. Nobody but us knew. Or did you tell somebody else? Kelly said, her voice cold. Sterling's manager, I said. But I didn't tell him until Friday what I had done. The kicker? I made it up. If the tattoo had a meaning, Sterling's never told anyone. That's why it was so shocking. An off-the-cuff, made-up story became news in so short a time. I stared at Coby. Was it only a week since we'd met? Only a week since my life turned around? I think I shut Coby's brain off. Kelly must have seen the way I looked at Coby, because her face softened. Maybe I have an ally after all. So what can we do? Kelly asked, taking Coby's hand. Setting his beer down, Sam leaned back in his chair and slowly shook his head. You could monitor entertainment news about Sterling and let us know what you hear. We're too busy with our millions to do it ourselves. Sam, I said, settle down. We're all friends here. We could probably do that, Kelly said, her voice carefully neutral. Coby, what do you think? Coby looked up from whatever he was staring at. This is all just a game to Sterling, isn't it? That caught me by surprise, but at least Coby was speaking. I said, you'll have to explain yourself on that one. Coby thought for a moment, and when he replied, his voice was low. I got the tattoo thinking it had some big meaning behind it, some inside detail that Sterling never wanted to share. And then I learned last week what that detail was. I was one of the few that knew. I felt special, like someone on the inside. And now? Sam asked. I learned it was all fake, Coby said. Sterling does everything for the show. You are right, Kelly. None of it matters. I had hurt Coby deeper than I realized. I took a deep breath and paused. I glanced at Kelly. She nodded. She knew what I had to do. Sam took a long drink from his beer. It does have a meaning, I whispered. It's just painful. Time for the truth, and I hope maybe I can rebuild what Coby and I had shared before I came here. It meant I risked something very special and very sad. What I'm going to tell you is beyond confidential. I don't want anyone to know this. Sam pulled out his phone. Do you want me to show him? Do you think it's a good idea? The old family photo? Go ahead, I said. We don't need to know, Kelly said. It sounds like you two have too much to deal with. I said, there are 5 people that know the truth, including us, 7 with you two. Most of Sterling's life is a cover story. It's designed to elicit a certain media response. One of the accidental benefits is that his real home life is kept private. The picture Sam is about to show you is of our family. Sam tilted his phone sideways. The picture was of a family of 2 moms, Sam, Sterling, and a small girl. Nice to meet you. I'm Sterling's real-life brother. Adopted, really. All 3 of us were. But Tomas said you were his brother. I don't get it, Coby said. It still hurt even after all these years. I blew a breath out and stared at the picture. My sister's name was Emmy, short for Emmeline. Her birthday was February 3rd, and our moms adopted her when she was 3. She died when she was 4. 234. Moms? Coby said very softly. We have two, Akiko and Perrine, Sam said. February 3rd, 4 years old. That's terrible. What happened? Kelly asked. Coby faced me. His cold hand hesitantly slid over to mine and held it. Birth defect in her heart, I said. Moms didn't find out about it until just before the end. That picture was my first time dressed as Sterling and the only time Emmy saw me in my outfit. She called it my Halloween costume. That picture was taken in the parking lot right before my first concert. A week later, she was dead. Even 6 years later, I still felt the pain. Taking the phone from Sam, Kelly enlarged the picture so only the girls showed. I am so sorry for you two. Moms couldn't handle Emmy's death, Sam said. They split up. We talk every so often, but mostly it's just Tomas and me on our own. A lot of that time it's not even that. I'm so busy being Sterling. Sometimes I just hate who I have to be, I said. Then why the tattoo? Kelly asked. At first, it was my own way of keeping Emmy with me. She loved the concert. I took the phone from Kelly and stared at my sister. 1 week she was alive, the next we buried her. It was my way of honoring her. Sam took the phone back and set it down. Most people think the numbers have something to do with the music. I would have gotten a tattoo, I said, but my agent said it was already established that you have a pentagram on your shoulder. So I stick with the fake one on my neck. You can't be Sterling, Coby said, shook his head, his face reddening. You've helped me with my song, sang on stage with me. Let me help you with your song. We talked on the phone. You can't be him. I switched to my Sterling voice and accent. You think Tomas is better looking than me? I should fire him. Did you really say that? Kelly said. Coby, really? But you're a millionaire, Coby said. I don't have any money. You can have anybody. Why a college student in the middle of nowhere? I said. That's your real question, isn't it? You can't be him. Biting his lip, Coby angled his chair so we could look at each other, and he still held my hand. I expected his hand to be cold, but not that cold. I could say it was fun kissing you, I said. Or maybe it was fun singing with you, or working on songs, or something. The real reason is that I could be Tomas around you. Coby, you kissed him and you didn't tell me? Kelly said. Did Tomas use his tongue? Sam sneered, or play it innocent. I wadded up a napkin and threw it at Sam. Don't make me regret bringing you along. Coby said, You're really Sterling Luck. It's not a joke. Who was that in the car the other night with all the girls? The night you were jumping up and down and got trampled? That was me, Sam said. Was that your dressing room you let me clean up in? Coby asked. It was, I said. Coby was starting to geek out. Maybe I had fixed things between us. And you use right guard like me, I said. I guess we have something in common. I didn't lie. Tomas is my real name. It's who I am. But you're so normal, Coby said. That's a matter of opinion, Sam said. Tuesday, April 6th, 8 p.m. Coby. Brain officially fried. Too much has happened tonight. My idol was a fake, and the backup singer was real. When I looked at Tomas, I couldn't believe that he and Sterling were the same. How can the same person look so alike and so different at the same time? The four of us talked, and it was weird because one part of me was overwhelmed being in Sterling's presence, and the other part of me was just, oh, that's Tomas. Kelly and I know more about the real Sterling than anybody on the planet, and I've never been trusted like that before. Absent-mindedly, I rubbed my shoulder with the tattoo. Tomas leaned into me, lifted the sleeve up, and traced the tattoo with his finger. Thank you for honoring my sister. What do I call you? I asked. Same as Sam, Tomas said, smiling. Sterling when he's dressed up, Sam said. My idiot brother when he's not. We talked until 10. Somewhere in there, I ordered the vegan lasagna. They got a meat lover's pizza. I was tempted, but it only took one quick look at the old me on my phone that kept me strong. Besides, it had no bacon. As fun as this is, Kelly said, I have class tomorrow morning, and you two have a flight to catch. Coby, do you need a ride? Tomas said, I forgot you don't have a car. Why don't you stay with Sam and me in our hotel room? It has 2 huge beds. Sam and I can share. You can have the other one. We'll drop you off at your class tomorrow morning on our way to the airport. I don't have any sweats or anything, I said. With a shrug, Sam leered at Tomas. We'll swing by your place and pick them up. Or you can sleep nude like Sterling. I know, I blushed. Nude? With Sterling? Give it a rest, Sam. I only said it for the interview, because I figured that's what Sterling would do. Whatever, Sam said. As bad as I felt a little while ago, could I be floating right now? That sounds fun. I'll see you later, Kelly. Tuesday, April 6th, 10:45 p.m. Coby. The guys stopped at my place, where I picked up sweatpants, an old Sterling lock shirt with the sleeves ripped off, and my homework for tomorrow, and right guard. As I stepped out of the hotel shower and up to the sink, my abs stood out and looked great, as long as I didn't look at the area around my navel and below. Wrinkled skin, stretch marks, my proof of my weight loss. I'll never look like Tomas or Sterling, no matter how much I work out. Surgery is an option, when I might be able to afford in a decade. Because I'm young, there's a chance the skin might snap back. But being fat for so long has stretched the skin out, and it's something I have to live with. My waist is the only place I have the problem, so as long as it's covered, I'm fine. No swimming parties for me. Tomas and Sterling are the same person. If I think about it too long, I start hyperventilating. Don't think. I smiled instead. The outer door of the motel room opened. We brought pizza, vegan for you, meat lovers, low-carb crust for us, Tomas yelled on the other side of the bathroom door. Hopping into my briefs and sweatpants, I searched for my shirt. It's not here. After the guys had left, I had undressed and left my clothes on the bed, taking what I thought I needed to the bathroom. But I had left the shirt on the bed. That small part of my soul panicked. My stomach tightened. It's high school gym class all over again. Except I'm not fat, just wrinkly. If I hurry and they are looking at something else, I can grab my shirt and put it on in a second. Besides, Tomas has already seen them. He didn't say anything. Opening the door a crack, I checked to see if Tomas and Sam are staring this way. Nope. They are busy at the table opening the pizza boxes. This one's the vegan, Tomas said, and opened the lid all the way. Sam bent over a little. What are those things? Broccoli? On a pizza? Now's my chance. They aren't looking. You know, Tomas said, the green things are good for you. Where's the cheese? You can't have pizza without cheese, Sam said. Barefoot, I tiptoed to the bed and found the shirt. You don't have to have cheese on a pizza, Tomas said. Yes, you do. It's not real pizza without cheese or meat, Sam said. As I grabbed the shirt, Sam opened the other box. Now this is a pizza. He glanced back. I froze. I know what is to come. I've heard it too many times, in one form or another. What happened to your stomach? It looks melted, Sam said. Within a second, I had the shirt on. My face burned. It's just like high school. Tomas looked back and saw my abs just before the shirt covered them. Sam, you jerk. What? It's a fair question. Sam took 2 slices of the meat lovers, made a sandwich out of them, and crammed the whole thing into his mouth. What are my options? Temper tantrum? I could grab my things and catch a bus. It would only take an hour to get home. If I did that, I might lose Tomas. Explode? I tried that once, and everybody laughed at me. Not an option. Play the victim? That's already how I feel on the inside. Give an attitude? Not my style. Ignore the pain. It's the only strategy that has worked, sometimes. Pretend it didn't bother me. It stinks like pepperoni in here, I said. Do you know what part of the pig that comes from? Sam, you apologize to Coby, Tomas said. With the shirt on, I relaxed a little. My face returned to its normal color. I lied. Just drop it. I'm used to it by now. See? He's okay, Sam said. Tomas crossed his arms. Sam, you body-shamed him. Say you're sorry. There was no way I knew what to say. Nobody had ever stood up for me. "Don't make me pull the boss card," Tomas said, and used the sterling voice. Grabbing another slice, Sam gave me the oddest look. His eyebrows lowered, his mouth was perfectly neutral, but a flash of anger surged through his eyes, then vanished. "Sorry," he said, but it came across like a sneer. He grabbed 2 more slices and turned his back to us to eat them. I picked up one of the vegan slices. It had yummy broccoli coated with pizza sauce. With the biggest act of courage I ever had, I lifted the shirt just enough to display the wrinkles. "Sam, that's what happens when you've been fat too long." Sam turned around, mouth crammed full of pizza, and looked. Not at me. He scowled at Tomas and didn't say a word.